Welcome everybody to another edition of Ryan Recommends. Today we're going to take a look at Nintendo 64 controllers. They came in a variety of colors, some solid, some translucent. Now this isn't every single controller they ever made, but this is the most common ones that people seek out and are fairly readily available. Now everything on the table is official, authentic Nintendo controllers. And so we'll just kind of go through a few things and also talk about the joysticks, which are always a topic of conversation. So first off, the original gray color, and then you've got red, green, blue, and then your black. Now this one here they call ice blue, atomic purple, which you'll remember back to Game Boy Color, jungle green, which is very popular, was bundled with, I believe, Donkey Kong. This one here is watermelon. It's actually, I believe, an import version, which has a different colored bottom to it. And then this one is the Pokemon, which goes to the Pokemon Edition console. So one of the main things that people talk about with these Nintendo 64 controllers is the joysticks. And a lot of times if you're looking to buy one, people will say tight sticks or loose sticks but work okay. So this green one here is a loose stick. If you look at this, I'm hardly putting, it's not registering and it's moving. If I shake it, you can see it just wobble in there. Okay, that would be considered a loose stick. Now, it still functions, it still works, you could still play a game with it, but you can see how much play is in there before anything happens. Now, if I come over to, say, this one, look at that. Hardly any play. All that play right there, and it's not registering any movement yet. So, this is what happens just naturally with these controllers, is that over time they wear out. So definitely when you're going to buy some controllers, especially the official authentic ones, and you're going to pay good money for them, you're going to want to make sure that it's got tight sticks. Now, one solution is to replace them. This jungle green one has an aftermarket replacement joystick. You can see it's a little bit different texture and look, but you can see it's very springy and snappy and brings it back to life. So that could be an option once they wear out. So that's the colors and that's the sticks. Next I'm going to talk about a few of the accessories, and we'll jump into that next. One other quick note about these controllers is that the official Nintendo brand ones are such higher quality than the aftermarket ones. You may be tempted to buy a newer or brand new cheap aftermarket controller, but if you can get your hands on a official Nintendo 64 controller that's in good shape, I would definitely take that over any aftermarket controller for sure. So definitely try and get authentic originals if you can. Alright, so the controller pack and the rumble pack are your two main accessories that you'll need with your controller. So the controller pack essentially is a memory card. So it's the old school version of an SD card. So essentially that would save all of your game save files. So that way you could transfer them to another console or to another controller. Same thing with the rumble pack. So some of the games that offered the rumble feature, we're used to those being built in nowadays. You actually had to insert this, and there's a motor in there that rumbles. And it actually took a couple of batteries in there in order to make it rumble. So these here plug into the bottom of your Nintendo 64 controller. So there's a little latch here and where it plugs in, and so essentially you would just take your, say, controller pack for example, and you could just lock it in, and then that way you could save, for example, your Zelda save file right onto that controller pack. Now when you weren't saving, you could pop it out insert your Rumble pack into the controller, and there you go. You could have Rumble feedback on your controller. And again, when it prompted you to save, you would essentially push this button here on the back, allowing it to slide out, and push your controller pack back in. So there you go, guys. There's a good sampling of the controllers, some of the main accessories, and about the joysticks. I will be leaving links below to all these controllers, the memory pack and, the expansion pack and the Rumble pack. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.